My name is Erefaan Pearce. You are listening to the 33 RPM show. In the meantime, keep it locked, keep it tuned. All shout outs every sent to me. You are now listening to the 33 RPM show.
It's quite a simple setup. There's about 5 hard drives in there, 2 terabytes each, so it's about 10 terabytes in total. There's a UAD 2 card in there, which is a DSP card. Allows me to offload some of the processing onto the card, but also comes with its own specialized set of plugins. Then I've got a set of Genelix, coupled with my Yamaha sub over on that side, which is a recent acquisition. I've got this little keyboard, the VMK, whatever this 8080 I think. And then I got the Apogee Duet. Innovation controller. This is going to become quite a big part of my setup as soon as I can find a comfortable position for it. I've got all the soundproofing in it and so forth, and that was the game changer actually. And then I use a mixture between Logic 9 and Logic 10 and a whole bunch of I use mostly like sort of the bog standard plugins inside Logic. I don't really use a lot of third party stuff. A lot of people tend to talk about like vintage gear, and you got to ask yourself sometimes if it's relevant to what you're doing. You know what I mean? You can have a piece of vintage hardware or software or emulation with the dealers, and you got to kind of ask yourself, am I really trying to sound all Motown, or am I making modern music? But for me, what I like about it, it just kind of takes the digital edge off. You can't beat the hands-on approach when you're doing automation. You're sitting with a synth and you try to modulate something or kind of change the way it sounds over a period of time. This is the most organic way to do it. And at the end of the day, it's like the human ear is very sensitive to mechanical movements, even if it's, I know a lot of people making some amazing music in Ableton. The thing I really enjoyed about it was, like, you know, if you had a loop, you could actually write music more in a DJ style that makes any sense, because now you can kind of go, well, that needs to happen there, click the trigger and record the actions, and that gets arranged in a funny enough, a more organic way. However, the problem that I have with the Ableton thing right now, it's become so popular that I feel that everybody's workflow is pretty much the same. And for me, house scene now is shit.
Why is it shit?
There's 3 things about the scene which I don't particularly enjoy a lot, and I think that's detrimental to the scene as I see it. The guys on top don't look down, and when I say they don't look down, they're not cultivating the next generation. You need contrast in any scene to make a scene. As long as you keep interacting with the younger kids and the guys doing stuff, if you see any potential, encourage, work, collaborate, whatever you need to do. I mean, if you're good at what you do, you don't have to worry about this kid taking your job. And if it does take your job, you would just shit in the first place. So, fuck it, you know. Secondly, for me, though, I think there's just a lack of build acumen in the scene. A lot of guys doing it for the love, and there's a lot of talk about love, but no ka-ching. You can't live off the love for very long, and if you don't live off the love, if you're not making money, then the scene can't grow, and there's nothing positive coming out of it. If I had to be completely frank, I miss the fact that ecstasy's around, actually. I mean, you need to understand that I don't drink, I don't smoke, I've never done drugs my entire life. Now, for me to say that I miss ecstasy, that's a big deal. I'm not here to advocate the usage of drugs either. But one thing I did like was everybody actually gave a crap about each other. I mean, you go and there's some weird strange coming like, hey, would you like to have a drink? You would have people would have conversations with each other for no other reason other than the fact they're all enjoying the same music. You know what I mean? That was awesome. We had a shift from ecstasy, to coke, to cat, to crystal meth. Crystal meth is an antisocial drug. They don't come out, they don't support, and that slowly killed a lot of the scene, I think. Back in the 90s, the guy who owned the clubs was the guy selling the drugs as well, or at least he allowed drugs to be moved in his video. That unfortunately had the knock-on effect of making the nightlife in Cape Town a negative thing to report on. It's very difficult to report on, hey, there was such a positive nightclub event happening at Fiction Bar, and everyone was really happy, and they were dancing, they were sweating, and they had a few drinks, it was awesome. No, there's no story there. Whereas Johannesburg really believes in generating stars and content. I mean, they don't wait for content to happen, they generate it. I mean, how many times can you talk about the gang fights on the Cape Flats? I mean, every newspaper you read is just about like some negative crap all day, every day. The one thing I really hate at the moment is this whole digital versus vinyl thing. That drives me fucking nuts. It's like on the one hand you got these guys, the vinyl purists. Well, actually, fuck them. They're not vinyl purists because they went around for it. I mean, that's not part of their their vocabulary for now. They're getting into it. It's popular. It's pop culture. You're cool if you got records. Personally, I think it sounds better than a CD. Even though that same track was probably produced on digital equipment. But there's inherent limitations to pressing a record. That gives the record a very particular sound, which also means you can't overcompress it. A lot more dynamics. You can't make it too loud. That's awesome. Your ears don't get fucked. Whereas digital, you can get away with bloody murder. I mean, most of the stuff you see on the sequences, like a bloody squeal, or like that. I mean, the one thing I did like about vinyl was, because it's so expensive, $100 a track, you're going to be a little bit more critical about what you buy. There's no filtering process. Everybody just kind of goes, well, I don't mind having a track. It's one of my favorite producers. I'll buy everything he owns. And you end up paying that I don't mind track a little bit more than you should. Of the 33 RPM show, it's all about like sort of getting local young talent in there and showcasing the whole thing. We get to chat. My big thing right now is just to kind of make the scene better. If you got an event, you're welcome to come to my show. I don't really care. Even if I've got an event on the same night, because the one thing I can tell you for sure, if people want to come check it out, they'll come check it out. If they don't, the days where a DJ would draw a crowd is over. It's gone. DJing is cheap, playing music is cheap, making music is cheap. Guys would literally stick 10 DJs on a flyer, because all those 10 DJs might be able to pull 10 people each, and if you've got 10 DJs times 100 at $100 a head, the promoter's able to cover his costs. Well, that's the way his head is working, and I totally get him. 10 guys, 1 hour sets, you don't get to go nowhere. It's just like this disconcerting, fucking schizophrenic nightmare. I mean, you're just about to get into this one guy's thing and he's done. The next guy's coming, he's a different headspace altogether, and suddenly you got to readjust to that, and you just lose momentum. But by the same token, the generation don't give up. It doesn't matter to them. It's not that important. I'll notice it, but the consumer doesn't. The whole thing, all the instance is like, hey, there's 1,000 people here. It's awesome. Must be an awesome party. But the one thing I never hear anybody say is like, the music was great. You tell somebody it's 50 rand to get into a club, and they tell you, nah, it's too much money. In 1998, I was paying 50 rand at the club door. You're insane. You have any idea how much money $50 was in 1988? And now it's 2013. Time you can afford that? That's just mad. I would say ultimately my motivation right now today is to simply just leave something different behind. Because that's essentially innovation right there. You know, you might have had an idea or a concept or something, but then some kid comes along and takes that concept and really turns it into something. That's ultimately my goal. I just really want to leave some sort of legacy. I really want to change the industry, and I really just want to see the world a little bit better than I left it, actually.